Madam Acting Deputy President. As the Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, said at the Queen Elizabeth's funeral, Christian hope means certain expectation of something not yet seen. We can all share the Queen's hope, which in life and death inspired her servant leadership. Service in life, hope in death, all who follow the Queen's example and inspiration of trust and faith in God can, with her, say, "We will meet again," the last words drawn from the classic Vera Lynn song. And meet again they shall, the original Fab Four, if you will, the Queen's father, George VI, her mother, the Queen Mother, and sister, Princess Margaret, a family united by an unexpected abdication, are reunited, along with a husband and partner who has waited 17 months to be joined by his wife. The Duke of Edinburgh is joined now by his wife of 74 years in the King George VI Memorial Chapel. On Monday this week, we saw world leaders gather from every political and economic persuasion, those who fervently believe in monarchy, those who advocate for their abolition. They all took their seats to pay their respect to this remarkable leader, remarkable sovereign, remarkable woman. Even before becoming Queen during World War II, her and her sister Princess Margaret broadcast on the Children's Hour on the BBC, offering words of encouragement to children separated from their families during the war, just as they had been. Princess Elizabeth became the first woman in the royal family to become an active member of the British Armed Forces, driving and servicing lorries. Becoming Queen at just 25, Her Majesty undertook 16 royal tours of Australia. Queen Elizabeth travelled far and wide, visiting 117 different countries throughout her reign, every Commonwealth country as well as many more, carrying out 290 state visits since her ascension to the throne in 1952. Not only did Queen Elizabeth live a rich life serving our country and the Commonwealth, she was a devoted wife, mother, grandmother and great-grandmother, all who will miss her dearly. We all will. Her son, now King Charles III, spent what he calls the happiest year of his education at Timbertops in Geelong. So I guess we know who he's likely to be supporting in tomorrow's AFL Grand Final. And I especially look forward to the new Prince and Princess of Wales visiting Australia in the near future. And I personally also hope that they do bring Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis with them. At times, in all families, there are ups and downs, challenges, yet regardless of those moments, some, we've now learnt, greatly upset the Queen in her last few months. She always maintained grace, dignity, and above all else, a sense of humour. We, of course, all cannot forget Her Majesty jumping from a helicopter with James Bond for the Olympics, or pulling a marmalade sandwich from her handbag whilst having tea with Paddington Bear for her Platinum Jubilee, which was my favourite, until I heard the story from Richard Griffith, one of her security guards. The story when the two of them were out walking near Balmoral, when they came across two Americans on a walking holiday. As what the Queen was wont to do, they started up a conversation. However, these Americans did not recognise the Queen. And as they started chatting, the Americans asked the Queen, was she local? To which she replied, "No, I live in London, but I have a holiday home here. I've been coming to the holiday home since I was a little girl, well over 80 years. In awe of this, the American said, "Wow, if you've been coming here this long, you must have met the Queen." To this, the Queen, quick as a whip, replied, "No, but the Queen regularly briefs Dick here." And turning to Richard, they ask him, "What's the Queen like?" And understanding her humour well, he responds, "Well, she can be quite cantankerous, but she has a wonderful sense of humour." As quick as can be imagined, the Queen has the Americans' camera in her hands and they have their arms around Richard having a photo taken. They do manage to get a photo taken with the Queen, however they are still unaware of who they've had their photo taken with. And as they say their farewells and walk away, the Queen turns to Richard and remarks, "I would so like to be there when they show their friends these photos, and I do hope someone finally recognises me and points out who I am." There is so much more to remember, if not at least all of her hats and handbags. She truly was the master of block outfits and not afraid of colour. But ultimately, it cannot be said better than in the words of Paddington Bear. "Thank you, ma'am, for everything. Long live the King."
Senator Cadell.
Thank you.